Mr. Speaker, normally I would thank the Secretary of State for early sight of his statement, but this statement says nothing. A week ago at Prime Minister's Questions, the Prime Minister said there would be a white paper. Yesterday she said there'll be a white paper tomorrow. The Secretary of State now makes a statement saying there'll be a white paper. But the white paper has not been delivered until a few minutes ago so that we can meaningfully actually ask him questions about it. For months we've been calling for a plan. That was refused on the basis there wouldn't be a running commentary. Then the government agreed a plan but delivered a speech. Then they were forced to concede under pressure that there would be a white paper. Now there's a white paper produced too late in the day for us to ask meaningful questions of the Secretary of State here in this session today. That is completely unacceptable. And the first fight about Brexit is very clear. It's a fight about giving this House a meaningful role in holding the government to account. Absolutely. The government has been forced by the Supreme Court to involve Parliament at all in the Article 50 process. It's been forced to produce a paper and now a white paper. It's been forced to concede a final vote. Before Christmas, the Secretary of State was standing at that dispatch box refusing to confirm there will be a vote in this House at the end of the exercise. Now, the decision to leave was taken on the 23rd of June last year. What matters now are the terms agreed under Article 50 and the nature and extent of our new relationship with the EU. In her Lancaster House speech, the Prime Minister adopted a risky approach, a wish list with gaps, inconsistencies and an unacceptable fallback position. Now we need time to debate this white paper properly before this House, and we need a vote on its contents. And whilst I'm on the question of vote, Mr. Speaker, flicking through the white paper, I see that at paragraph 1.12, all that's said about the final vote is that the final deal that is agreed will be put to a vote in both Houses of Parliament. We have amendments down next week seeking a meaningful vote, a vote in this House before a vote is taken in the European Parliament. Otherwise, all honourable members will have to watch on their screens as the European Parliament debates our deal before we get to express any views on it. That is completely unacceptable, and it's demeaning of this House. Finally, Mr. Speaker, I note from a perusal of the white paper that there's nothing that progresses the situation of EU nationals in this country. We've been calling time and again for unilateral action to be taken before Article 50 is triggered, and yet the white paper disappoints on that front. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.